All right, so I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna start with going over question 12. Or have you tried yet? Okay, how about 1 to 6? Any particular question between 1 to 6? Yes, Dia? Okay, number 3 is a very common question. I'm gonna go over it. But so what I need to see is this. I need to see is people who putting effort. Then the effort it counts. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about what kind of effort I should expecting. Dy dx is equal to y minus 2 squared cosine of 3x. And this is a very common question. Um, every period I have this question. The question of this is this one is kind of hard on algebra, and everything else is, you know. So I'm gonna multiply dx on both sides. Any questions? I'm gonna give you dy over y minus 2 squared equal to cosine of 3x dx. And what happened here, if you got to this part, you will earn 1 point on AP exam. This is just algebra. This is not even calculus. I have somebody in second period says, oh, I tried. What do you mean you tried? You question you written on the original question. You didn't do anything after that. And the person says, I tried, but I erase it. What do you mean? That doesn't make sense. You write it out and you work it out. You work out as much as you can, and you can see where your mistake is. Don't erase your wrong work. That means you didn't try, because you don't know where you make mistake. Even later you have a chance to do it, you cannot figure out. Now here's u substitution, because this one is something like u. Y minus 2. A lot of people omit this step because it does matter at question 12. Du is equal to dy, and then that's going to be du over u squared minus u equal to 3x here. I think last period somebody, Chase told me, says, hey, I didn't do this part, and the du equal to 3 dx and du over 3 equal to dx. Now, please know how to do those stuff. So cosine of u, and then this one's going to be du over 3. And now I'm going to get u to the negative 1 over negative 1, and that's equal to 1/3 sine of 3x plus c. Or you're going to get negative 1 over y minus 2 equal to 1/3 sine of 3x plus c. Now I hear how many points would you earn on AP exam? You earn 3, because you take integration on the left hand side and you take an integration on the right hand side. And you give up here, I'm okay. Like, I'm perfectly fine that you give up at this point, but I don't think the next step is so hard either. The next step, I say, okay, hey, how about if I just try to find C? Instead of trying to find Y, it's kind of difficult. I'm going to try to find C first. So C, it says y of pi over 2 is equal to what? 3, right? So I'm going to plug in 3. So it'll be negative 1, 3 minus 2. That's equal to 1/3 sine of 3 times pi over 2 and plus C. If you get to this point and you evaluate this one, that's 1/3. You just have to know what is sine 3 pi over 2. What is sine 3 pi over 2? Negative 1. So plus C. And everybody know what is sine of 3 pi over 2 here. And this is a negative 2, 3. And C, you got C value. Guess what? You earned the 4th point. You're on the track to get a 4 right now. Well, actually, you already earned a 4. You're on the track to get a 5. Yes.
Can you not
You can, but that doesn't help me. I rather them show up on the bottom. Uh, because the goal is to. I mean, you can. It doesn't actually doesn't do good or bad. This is question three. This is question three. No, I understand. Now I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna answer GS questions and versus everybody else. So I'm gonna show you the process to get there. So I am gonna plug in this moment. So some people says I want to get a C to earn the last point first. Now you will have 4 points. You're on the track to get a 5. You just have to evaluate this. So I multiply both sides by -1 over y minus 2 is equal to 1/3 times sine of 3x plus c. I multiply both sides by y minus 2. And that's going to give you -1 equal to 1/3 times sine of 3x plus c. And then I am going to times y minus 2. I'm going to subtract over. Oh, we already have a c. Sorry. C is what? -2/3. So I'm going to erase this part. It's gonna be -2/3, and I'm gonna move it over, so it'll be -1 over 3 sine of 3x minus 2 over 3 is equal to y minus 2. I multiply this by 3 over 3, so that's gonna be -3 over sine of 3x minus 2 is equal to plus 2 is equal to y. And that's my final answer. Your C is probably 2. My C is 2 over 3. But it doesn't matter because after I find a value of C, I'll just do the math all the way to the end. If I do it correctly, that's just the algebra part. This will be the advanced algebra part that you have to get it right. Now, you can earn all 6 points here. But at first, just start earning 1 point at a time. Don't worry about what can you do. Can you finish the problem? I think you guys just look at the question, says I cannot finish problem, I give up. No, try the first step, try the second step, try the third step, try the fourth step. Somebody open the door for Matthew. Now you can also choose to do it here. Let me choose to do it here. So I can choose to do all the way to the end. So y minus 2 equal to 1/3 sine of 2x plus c. I can say, okay, -1 equal to 1/3 sine of 2x plus c equal to y minus 2, right? And I can move the 2 over, so it'll be -1 over -1/3 sine of 2x plus c equal to y plus 2. So now I can plug in. So I can plug in this way too. So that's going to be 3 equal to -1 over -1/3 sine of 3 pi over 2, which is -1, plus c, which is we don't know what it is. So it'll be -1 over -1/3. Wait, is that -1/3? No, this is a positive. Yeah, this is a positive. So this one's a -1/3 plus c is equal to 3. So c at this moment I can -1 equal to 3 times -1/3 plus c. So that is gonna be -1 is equal to -1. Wait, some type of mistake here. What is it? I think it was -1/3 and then it became positive. Oh, it's -1/3? Yeah, there's some, hold on a second. Negative, and then the sign of 3 pi over 2 made it positive. So this one's signed positive? Let me see if that's true. So anyway, I hear C should get 2, negative 2. So I will probably end up to be like plus C. C, this one is probably 1, and then C is equal to 2. And you can plug it back in, and then you can multiply. Actually, it's not. Hold on a second. I did some type of mistake. So that's why I didn't do it this way. I think it's kind of messy. So I will actually just avoid that, and I just my handwriting might too small here. So I will just stick with this. Just don't worry about it. Just stick with this.
Yeah, I got the answer that's on the worksheet because I have negative 3x, negative sign 3x plus, yeah.
Okay, any other question besides this one?
Was C2 or negative
2? C should be end up with a negative 2 if you did all the way to the end. So it should be negative 3 sine of 2x minus 2 plus 2.
Yeah, because I got the thing that's, I got the answer on here.
Yeah, as long as you get an answer on this, fine. But remember, you don't have to get all the way down to the final answer to get points. You can get 4 out of 6, you can get 5 out of 6, you can get 6 out of 6. You can even get 2 out of 6 or 1 out of 6. But don't give up, just keep on fighting all the way to the end. Okay, let's talk about question 12. Question 12 is going to be here. That's weird. All right. So this question, let's read it. The rate at which population of bear in national forests grow a proportional 600 minus B of t, where t is a time in year. B of t is the number of bear. At time t equal to 0, there are 200 bear in the forest. The rate of change in population of bear is modeled by the differential equation dB dt equal to 1/2 times 600 minus b. And B of t is the solution of differential equation with initial condition of B of 0 is equal to 200. So with this particular question, that without answering this question, without looking at the math, like what do you think A is going to be? Like, do you think the bear is going to grow faster at 300 bear or 400 bear? Anybody say 400? No. Why? No, we're not talking about the math. We just say without the math. What do you think? 400 bear is going to grow faster or 300 bear is going to grow faster? Huh? Why? Ah, yeah. So there was some amount of food source. Oh, we're not asking mathematically. We're not asking mathematically. We will ask you ecologically. So, yes, carrying capacity you learned in AP Bio in Mr. Davis' class.
No, AP human, don't worry.
That's AP Human. It's Mr. Puhang.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so carrying capacity, good job. So some people knowing or like carry capacity in terms of actual growth of population. Usually there is the graph is called logistic graph, and there's actually a logistic function. It looks like this. At first, it's gonna go really fast. The population gonna go up, and when it's come down to past, let's say there was owning food source for 300 bear, but if you get to 400 bear, then there's gonna get some skinny bears. Yeah, somebody might die because they might have to run out of food, and then the bigger bears start eating the small bear. Do they eat bear? Do they eat their own?
They should know. You never know though.
They don't eat their own.
No, you know when I read the book, I think that thing that it's like.
I don't like a lion or tiger. They eat their own. But
I'm not sure.
I saw in Discovery.
Cannibalism.
Okay, so it doesn't matter right now. So I hear what I will do is I will start to figure out how does dv dt work, and I do a straight line. The straight line means when something. When the bear is equal to, at this case, bear is equal to 300. So that's going to be 1/2 times 600 minus 300. And that's equal to 150. So they are growing a rate at 150 bear per year. dv dt and the b is equal to 400. That's 1/2 times 600 minus 400, and that's gonna be 100 bear per year. So when they grow, they actually get 400 bear. They actually grow slower, and ecologically, it doesn't make sense from AP human geography what carrying capacity is work. It's actually, you guys didn't know, Japan. Those of you guys know Japan, the population are dwindling. They're actually not growing. They actually like, you can move to Japan and they'll pay you to move to Japan and live there, because that's pretty much because they have no population. All their population got so old. I went to Japan. I see like people who are like 85 years old, right on a bus, and going home. 90 years old, 95 years old, but they also very healthy. I remember I go to Japan, like there's a bus, and there was an American couple, white couple, trying to give a seat for this old lady, like is roughly 85 years old, and the lady says no. She's like, I'm healthy. I can stand on my own. I can walk. So and it was interesting. Now, the second part is the hard part, because a lot of people think not get this part. They do not understand what d2b dt2 is. That means the second derivative. That means you have to take derivative of the first derivative, which is db dt. That also means that you have to take a derivative of 1/2 of 600 minus b, which is equal to d to the dt equal to 300 minus 1/2 b. I distribute it before I take a derivative. Because I can take the 300, that's going to be 0. Take a derivative b is going to be db dt and negative 1/2. Now here's a problem. Yes, it's negative. Because it's negative in the front of 1/2, so it's been negative 1/2 db dt.
Negative 1/2, and I was like, I don't know where to go after that.
Yeah, so now this is the part. Remember when we talk about implicit derivative, you want to plug in the dv dt as well. So we know that dv dt is 1/2 times 600 minus b, because we can only give you bears, because they say we cannot answer the question with dv dt, but we don't have dv dt. But we have the amount of bear. We have 450 bears. So it'll be negative 1/4 times 600 minus b. Now we have 450 bears, so it's going to be negative 1/4 of 600 minus 450. So that's equal to negative 150 over 4. And that's concave down.
Wait, how did you get the 450?
Because they say the question.
Oh, initial.
No, they're not initial condition. They are the bear at a certain time. But remember, you have db dt is useless, right? If you have like negative 1/2 db dt, that's useless because they only have the bear. So they have 450 bear, and that's the only thing you can do. Now this gonna worth 1 point here on AP exam, but that's easy. Okay, Algebra 1 student can do that. This is 2 points on AP exam, so that's 3 points. And then let's go work on the 6th point, which is the key word, guys. I'm gonna tell you again. On AP exam, you're gonna see this all the time. Don't answer the wrong part for the wrong questions. The key thing is always highlight this part. Find particular solution of the differential equation. If they say that, that means you have to find out the original function. They give you a derivative. They want you to find the original function. So in this case, that I would say, well, okay, well, db dt is equal to 1/2 of 600 minus b. I'm a separation of variable, 1/2 of 600 minus b and times dt. And then that's going to be db equal to 600 minus b equal to 1/2 dt. So now as separation variable, I earned my first point. I'm already get a 3 right now. I don't even have to do further. The first point should be easy to earn. Second point may be kind of hard to earn, so you might then earn as part B. But right now you would have 2 points right now. Now I'm gonna integrate this. Now the only part is people try to do it in their head, and when they do it in their head, they make a mistake. How many of you guys got positive t over 2 rather than negative t over 2 on their answers, or you didn't get that part? Well, there's a reason. Alejandro is a really good student on first period. Joshua is a really good student on the second period. They both on the second period. They both got positive t over 2. There was a reason why, because they rushed through so fast, and they didn't pay attention that u is equal to 600 minus b, and the du equal to negative db. They don't focus on those details. They just do natural log of 600 minus b, but it's not true. It's actually, this is a du over u, but this is negative. And this is equal to integration of 1/2 dt. And that's going to be negative ln of 600 minus b. And that's what they make mistake. And that's how they make mistake. But at this point, if you didn't make that mistake, you would have earned 3 points out of this part. Plus the first point, you will get a 4 out of 9. That means you have a 3 at this point. So don't give up. Keep on fighting. I know at the AP exam, all the way to the second or third FRQ, you already ran out of steam. You just take one step at a time. You move your ass. Just move. Do one step at a time. Okay? And then natural log 600 minus b, because you're tired at this moment. And I promise you, you're going to be tired at this moment. By the third FRQ or the fourth FRQ, you already have one brain cell that's function. But you're going to have to do like mitosis on that one brain cell. Okay, e to the ln of 600 minus b, and that's e to the negative 1/2 t plus c, which is, we know is k. So it'll be 600 minus b equal to k e to the negative 1/2 t. So b is equal to 600 minus k e to the negative 1/2 t. Now I'm going to plug in, I'm going to solve it. So 200 is equal to 600 minus k e to the 0. So k must be 400, and then therefore is equal to b is equal to 600 minus 400 e to the negative 1/2 t. This is going to be on your Monday's test. Yeah. Monday. You're going to have some slope field. You're going to have some differential equation. You're going to have something about bears. I don't know. Wasp. I don't know.
No, let's do bears. Let's just keep it to bears.
You like the bear?
Yeah.
Do you see a video about this girl fight off the bear? Like the bear, they climb on the wall. Do you see that?
Did you see the video where that guy got on a paddleboard, got swallowed by a whale, and then he got spat?
No, this lady was trying to protect the dog. So he went. He thought the bear's gonna attack the dog, but they're on top of the wall, and this girl basically push the bear out the wall. It was insane. This lady was like on the mother instinct. I don't know. At the end of the day, we'll probably show you later.
No, don't. Wait, no, I had to write it down. Oh yeah. There's a kid in my first period, and yesterday, during the lecture, he turns over to me and he goes, Gia, I need to tell you something. I said, what? And he goes, on Friday, it would have been 5 years since my best friend.
Yeah, this lady. I'm sorry, that's so funny.
What would you do in that situation?
Huh? I'll let the dog die. I'm not gonna die myself. I'm gonna let the dog die. Well, I'm not gonna fight a bear.
Both you and the dog are gonna
I'm not gonna fight a bear. That's the only thing I'm telling you.
She did that.
But yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not fighting that bear. Florida men are dumb. Oh, we're the competition. All right, we're gonna talk about slow feel. Um, so what is slow feel? The slow feel, if slow feel look like this. So we're gonna draw this today. So we can change it. We can change it to this. We can say 2x divided by y, and then it's gonna have a generate new slope field. It doesn't. It's not hard. It looks very scary hard, but it's not hard.
We have to draw.
Yeah, you have to draw that.
So the college board say I need to draw this, or the 38K.
College board. I don't give a shit about slope field. Trust me.
Okay.
Actually, when I was in high school taking calculus, we never had to do slope field. But you guys had to do it. I don't know why. I actually never understood how to do slope field until I started teaching it. So, and that's true.
Nice.
All right, so let's up. So what we'll do is I will build this table. I will build this table of dy dx like this for all the question x, y, and dy dx. I'll do a t chart. It's like this time it's not a t chart. It's like columns. It's like 3 columns. But I'm going to start by understanding several things. First of all, I want to understand, usually on slope field, pay attention to the zero slope. So when m is equal to 0, this is the most important slope that they want. On AP exam, if they give you a slope field question, they will give you 2 points. 1 point is going to be the zero slope. The other point is going to be restless slope. So 0 slope is most important. So at here, at zero slope, the slope should look like this, a flat line. It has a zero slope. Well, remember m is dy dx. Does that make sense? M is the slope, slope is dy dx. What happened m is equal to 1? Well, you should draw it like this, about 45-degree line going up. M is equal to -1, 45-degree going down. M is equal to 2, a little bit steeper than before, so it's not 45 degrees anymore, it's about 60 degrees going up. M equal to -2 is going to be this way. M is equal to 1/2, about 30 degree going up, because it go up 1, right 2. M is equal to -1/2, it's going to be this way. So those are the basic slope, but I'm saying this is the most important one. If you do that, you're going to get 1 point. That's a point I'll earn first, and rest of them only 1 point. So it's not worth to earn all other point. the time efficiency, if you have like 1 minute left, I will do the zero slope first because the rest of them take a long time to get. So, at this particular case, we're going to start with the easiest one. It says dy dx equal to x plus 1. Okay, first of all, let's think about. I want you to think in your head. Don't shout it right now. I'm gonna ask you to think about it. So this dy dx does not depend on the y value, only the x plus 1, if you realize that. So how does it make a dy dx equal to 0? In which particular x value, y value, the dy dx is going to be 0? That's the question you should ask yourself. So don't shout it. Think on your own. You can check with another student, but don't shout it, because you shout it, other people stop thinking. How many people know? Raise your hand. Okay. The whole idea is look for slope is equal to 0 first, always. So, and this dy dx depends only solely on the x value. So on which x value or y value, that will cause dy dx become 0. So that's the question. Don't say it. Think about it. And I want to call on some of you guys, but I want to see if at least half of you guys know it before I call on you. Aria, what do you think?
So it would make dy dx 0.
That's it. Is that hard? -1 for x, right? Edison, Aria, he been trying to give you a high five and you left him hanging. He was like this, and you just didn't look at him. Okay, so this could be any value because the problem is y is not dependent on this situation. And then dy dx is going to be 0. So all the x equal to -1, that means when x have a coordinate of -1, that's going to give you a 0 slope. So on AP exam, you earn 1 point just by doing this. Identify where the 0 slope is. Now I'm going to go to what happened when x equal to 0. So, my bad. Yeah, they're not bad. -2. What happened with -2? The slope is going to be what?
1. Oh, negative what?
-1. Now you got to know how to add. Yeah.
Sorry.
So.
Oh, this is okay.
Yeah, because -2.
You just put it back.
Wait, Mr. Ray, will they give us this like plot chart thing or like?
They'll give you a it's less point. This one has like 30 points, but the one that they give it to on AP exam is gonna be like 6 points. So you don't have to do a lot. 6 point, if you plug in 6 value, it's only take like maybe like 30 seconds or 50 seconds. No, this will be on it will be on both.
But how do you know you're drawing like the line on the right hand?
Yeah, you only need to know the specific one. So 0 you for sure know, 1 and -1 you for sure know. 2 is gonna be slightly steeper than 1, and 1/2 is gonna a little bit shallower. I don't know if that's a word. -3, and that's gonna give me -2, so a little bit steeper right here. You don't have to be precise. They don't really give you like a position. So you're not like, oh, there's like 1 degree off. No, they're not gonna take points off. You're gonna get 0 slope right, then that's the easiest one. Just make sure that's a flat line. So I plug in 0, that's gonna give you 1, so that's gonna be like this. And now you should see the pattern. Now this easy one, they always have pattern. So this is gonna be a little bit steeper. And this is gonna be steeper than before because this is slope of 3 or 4, 3. And this slope of 4. And you should see this on like in terms of physics, like magnetic field.
Yeah, like the airplanes and stuff.
Yeah, like a flow of airs and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or like weather also.
Yeah.
Weather like cold front, hurricane, yeah, possibly. Hurricane is gonna show you the flow of airs.
I'm gonna go look for the point slope.
Yeah,
For the slope field.
like
Sure.
find like the slope of it where it's 0.
I'm gonna find where it's gonna hit me.
Oh my
Or
gosh,
stand there.
wait. Is that how they do it, Mr. Ed?
I don't know.
Like find the slope of the hurricane?
That's beyond my ability, but yeah.
You were saying that like you could do that. I remember. It's like you're like going slow for later grades.
All right. So the second one, dy dx equal to x plus y. Now I have x and y together. Now I want you to look at what is this. I want you to look at where does a zero slope happen. Don't shout it. Think about it. Where does zero slope happen? Because that's the most important one. Zero slope happen. Number 3. It should be multiple points here where zero slope happen. Can somebody tell me where a zero slope happened? Raise your hand if you know. Only one person know? Only Ember? Oh, Ava. Okay.
0, 0.
Okay, that's a good start. Is it possible for me to give you another point? What other point?
Where like -1 would be, wouldn't it just be like
-1 and what?
and 1?
Okay, -1 and 1. Good. So that's gonna be zero slope. Ember, can you tell me the next one?
-2 and 2.
-2 and 2. Did you see the pattern? Austin, what's the pattern?
The negative slope.
Negative x.
Yeah.
Or yeah, so a negative x is gonna give you a prefix zero. So and here you already earn 1 point. Oh, yeah, because you identified the zero slope. And so I'm gonna do a t-chart for the rest of them, x, y, and dy dx. And I know that if they are opposite, so this is gonna be 0 if you have opposite, right? So -1 and 1, or 1 and -1, or 0 and 0. That's all gonna give you zero slope. So that basically the line. But when you have x is larger than y by 1, so for example, at x is equal to x equal to -1, and that's gonna give you 1, 2. So 2 like this. What is my slope? No. 1.
Yeah.
Austin cannot add either. So 2 minus 1 is 1, so that's going to be like this, right? But it turns out all right here that exactly 1 unit away, they have the exactly 1 slope. Because they are 1 unit larger, right? So you're going to see the pattern. The pattern is going to be like this. So this will become the 2 slope.
Can we like infer?
You can, but they're only 6 points. So usually on AP exam they give you 6 to 8 points, sometimes even like 5 points. You just have to plug in your value, but get a zero slope, get 1 point. The rest of the slope just be as accurate. Don't mess up the sign. Like what Austin did will cost him a point, unfortunately. I mean, it happened to me. It's not just you. It just be cautious when you're doing this stuff. You're just trying to earn as many points possible. Yes.
Isn't the AP exam like digital and on paper?
Yeah. It's hybrid. So this is gonna be like this, and this is gonna be -1 slope. It's gonna be like this. If you plug in viewpoint, you're gonna see that it's gonna get steeper, 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 steep like this. So this pretty much I just draw a slope, all the slope field here. Now your homework is do all this. They're not hard to draw. They're not tedious either. So this is one question. Now I hear you want to play matching. Matching is use zero slope to find a matching. It's the easiest way to find matching using zero slope. Good. Okay. And this is your homework. Then this is your homework. And this is your answer. So, and also this 4 question is your practice of differential equation. So there's a 4 question at the end of the application, and then and the rest of them just slope fields. And slope field doesn't take a long time. You might look like, oh my god, that's 4 worksheet. It's not. It's actually fairly easy. We just go through like 2 of them in like literally like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Is it on the same thing?
It's on the same, yeah.
Like left, like.
The test is gonna be based on this worksheet. Tomorrow we're gonna grade a test. Make sure you understand about your test tomorrow still, because that's integration derivative technique. You still use it on this kind of stuff. So, like, don't say, I don't need to understand them. I need you to understand. I need you to understand 100% of it, not just like 50% of it.
Like this class never feels like long at all. Today like felt like very nice. If that makes sense. Guys, I ordered my third for this class.